Hi class, this is Stacy Nelson. Welcome to BUSN 166, or Professional Employment Prep. If you are watching this video, then you have received the welcome announcement that goes over a little bit how the class is structured. And so what I want to do with this video is just give you an additional idea of how you will be using the tools within Laulima and how you will be submitting your assignments either through Laulima or through Google Docs. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If you're not familiar with Laulima, what you want to do is you want to go to the Kauai Community College website, and you want to come up to the upper right hand corner and you'll see the word Laulima, and you click on that. Okay, so that's going to bring you to the Laulima login screen. And what you can do is you come up to the upper right hand corner and you enter your UH user ID and your UH password in order to log in. Now, if you really haven't used Laulima before in the past, you might want to come down here to where you see Laulima orientation video. And if you click on that, it's going to bring you through an introduction to Laulima. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log in. And when you log into Laulima, you should have tabs with the different classes that you are taking. And so for this class, you would go ahead and just click on the tab that says BUSN 166. And that will bring you to the home page for this class. And what you would see here, if there were any new announcements, you would see the announcements over here in this section on the right-hand side. Or if somebody has been participating in some recent chats, you would see the last 3 chats listed over here as well. Okay, but other than that, this is just kind of an entry screen, and you don't need to do anything here. So the different tools that we're going to be using are over here on the left-hand side in blue. And so within this class, we're going to be using the syllabus, resources, announcements, assignments, and chat room. Okay, you will also have access to the grade book, but you won't really have a grade as we're going through the course. It's just at the very end of the course that you will get graded. Okay, but when your grades are posted, you will be able to see them within gradebook. Okay, so if I go ahead and I click on the syllabus tab, it's going to bring up the syllabus. And so what I have in here is the course description. I have the text information, different online resources, and our student learning outcomes, our course objectives, and then the grading system. Okay, so this is all of the work that we're going to be doing. We're going to be creating a career portfolio, a career resource file, and a career exploration. And then at the end of the class, the last couple of days within the class, we will have a mock job interview. So every student is going to have access to either FaceTalk or Skype for that mock interview. Okay, and then I also have some grading for participation. I would like you to participate in the chat room. If you have any questions or comments, any suggestions, it's just a way to try to stay in touch with your fellow classmates. Okay, then I have some information on how you submit your assignments and information on due dates. Please make sure that you have all of your documents submitted by the date that they are due. This is a very fast-paced class, and if you get behind, it's going to be really hard for you to get caught up. Okay, and then down here at the bottom of the syllabus, I have the tentative course schedule. Okay, so the way I have it structured is I have the week that we're going to begin working, so week 1. So between November 3rd and November 9th, what I'm going to want you to do is watch this video, which apparently you are. You want to review the syllabus and the rubric. Okay, the rubric is, it's the grading rubric, and that will show you what I'm going to be looking for in all of your documents and what I will be grading you on. Okay. Then I would like you to read the chapters and view the PowerPoint slides, which are going to be located in the Resources tab or Resources tool. One thing I want to point out right now is that we do not go in order in the textbook. So make sure that you look at your assignments, or you come and you look at the schedule located here, and to see what chapter you should be reading for each week. Okay, so please take a look at the syllabus when you have a chance and make sure that you understand everything. And if you have any questions on it, please let me know. All right, the next tool that we're going to look at is resources. Okay, this has a list of PowerPoints that accompany the chapters in the textbook. We have a Myers-Briggs test that you will be taking later in the course, and that's kind of a personality type of test. And I have a list of some example documents, and I'm going to expand that. So if there are example documents within the textbook, I do not have any here. If there are not any examples in the textbook, then I have a couple of examples here in resources for you to take a look at. Okay, and one thing I want to point out is that the examples that I have are just that. They are examples, and I don't want you to just copy them and put your name on it. I want you to just use them as, okay, this is what I might want my document to look like. And you don't know if the student that I have the example of, you don't know what kind of grade they got, and so please don't just copy everything verbatim. It's just an opportunity for you to get an idea of how somebody else created this type of document. You can also look online if you're not quite sure how you might want to present a document. You can look online and see if you can find anything there that will help you get going. Okay, and so the idea with this whole career portfolio is that it's all going to be tied together. And so you need to think about it like if you were going into an employer and you wanted to hand this portfolio over to them, you want it to be cohesive and have the same look and feel throughout. And so you want to make sure that all of your documents are kind of tied together. So if you are displaying your name and address one way on one document, you want to display it the same way on all of the documents. Okay, and you can be with some of the documents. You can be creative, such as like with your work philosophy, your knowledge, skills, and abilities. There are some things that if you don't want to create just a Word document or a word processing type of document, if you want to create more of a visual artistic document using PowerPoint or some other tool, you're free to, you're more than welcome to do that. But again, just kind of make sure that it still ties into your other documents that you have created within a word processor. Okay, I just closed out of the example documents. And then I have a few other things in here that you might be interested in taking a look at. So here's 50 common interview questions. I have a couple of articles and like I said, the grading rubric. Okay. So if anything interesting catches my eye, or if I find any other documents or links to something online that I think will be helpful for you, I will go ahead and post them here in resources. All right, the next tool that we'll look at is announcements. And so you're probably already a little bit familiar with this because you received the announcement today to start. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. You received the announcement, the welcome announcement that I did send out. And so what I will do is every Monday morning at 8 o'clock, I will send out an announcement with the assignment for the week that we're going to be working on. So if I come here and I look at week 1 assignment, and you might have already looked at this yourself, what you're going to see is, okay, welcome to week 1. Your assignment is I want you to watch the introduction video located in resources, which you are doing. I want you to review the syllabus and rubric, and I want you to read chapter 5 in the textbook. Okay. In addition, you can view the PowerPoints, and then I want you to complete and submit a draft resume. And you can either submit that through the assignments tool here in Laulima or via Google Drive. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go into assignments. And I have all of the assignments already created. And so if you want to work ahead, please feel free to do so. And otherwise, you'll get an announcement on a weekly basis that tells you what is due that week. So for you, the first thing that's going to be due for your career portfolio is the draft of your resume. So if I click on this, it's going to bring up the assignment instructions. And now let me change my view. I'm going to go to the student view, which is what you're going to be seeing. Okay, because mine looks a little bit different since I have the instructor permission. So this is what you're going to see, whatever I have here in this gray box. So it's going to tell you when it's due, and it's going to tell you to start working on your resume, and also to start thinking about references that you might want to use. And then you want to attach the draft resume either to this assignment. So if you're using a word processor like Microsoft Word and you want to save your document, you can then come down here and say add attachments and attach that to this assignment. If you are not using Microsoft Word or some other word processor and you want to use Google Docs, I'm going to show you how to do that in just a couple of minutes. Okay, so once you create your draft resume, then you either send it in via attachments, or you send it in via Google Docs. Okay, so I have an assignment for each week, and or I have an assignment for each document that you have to create. So we're going to have a resume, a work philosophy, a list of references. Okay, so all of these documents are what's going to be put together to create your entire professional employment package. All right, the next tool that we're going to be using is the chat room. And the chat room is really easy to use. If you want to say something to me or another student, whether it be a question, a comment, suggestion, just type it here in this box and click on Add Message. Okay, and so once the message is added, it's going to show up here. And so what will happen is there will just be a list of all different chats that you'll see visible down here. So like I said, this is a way to stay in touch with each other throughout the class. So please make sure that you use it on a regular basis and read through what other people are saying and asking, because a lot of times somebody asks a question that you have and it's already being answered in the chat room. Okay, I think that's it. Like I said, at the end of the semester, you can look in Gradebook to see what your grade is. And then there's also a mail tool within Laulima, but you also have your UH email, which works probably better than this one does in here. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing within Laulima. Once you are done in Laulima, then you want to come up here and log out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into into my Google Drive so that I can show you how to create a document in Google Docs or upload a document into Google Docs. Okay, so what I do is I come to my Google at UH and I click on Drive. Okay, and I use my school email and I log in. Okay, and so this brings you into Google Docs. Now, what you can do if you want to create a document, so if you're not using an outside word processor and you want to create a document here within Google Drive, you would just come over here to where it says create. And then you can say create document, or if you wanted to create a presentation or a spreadsheet, you can do that as well. Okay, so if you do create a document, it's going to just be a regular word processing document like you would see in Microsoft Word or other word processors. Okay, and so you can come in here and you just start typing. You can do formatting, you can edit it, everything that you can do with any other word processor. Okay, and then when you are done, you can just click on File, and then you can share it, or you can rename it, you can download it, okay? And the reason that you might want to use Google Docs is that it's real easy for me to add comments, and as soon as you share a document with me, I have access to it and I can see it and I can comment on it immediately, and you'll see my comments as soon as I make them. Okay, so if you do use Google Docs, you want to make sure that when you do save a document that you share it with me, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Okay, but when you first create your document, you can see I'm over here hovering. It says that it's private only to me. But if I wanted to share it, I would be able to share it with somebody else. And I can't do this right now because I haven't actually created the document. So I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so once you create a document, or if you have created a document outside of Google Docs, if you want to load it into Google Docs, you can do that. And so in order to do that, you come over here, and instead of hitting create, you hit this upload button. And then you click on Files. And I'm going to select my resume. Okay, and you can see over here that it was loading, and now it says upload complete. Okay, and now I see my resume in my Google Drive. So if I go ahead and just click on that, it's going to open, and I have my resume. And so if I wanted to, so just to show you how this would work, if I wanted to make a comment on something in your document, I can just go ahead and highlight what I want to comment on, and then I can type what my comment is. Okay, so next time you look in your document, you're going to see all of the comments that I've made. Okay, so what I will do is I will go through and I will make comments on your documents that you submit, and make suggestions for how you might want to reword something or change something and resubmit it. Okay, and so then if I wanted to share this document with somebody, then I can just I clicked on share, and then I can start typing in the email address of who I want to share it with. Okay, and then I decide how much I want that you want me to do. So you can open it up so that I can edit it, or if you don't want me to edit your document, you can just say that I can comment on it or that I can view it. Okay, but for this exercise, you want to either at least have me comment on it and perhaps have me edit it. And once I'm done with that, I just click on send. Okay, and then I'm done. So I could just then close my document here, and it brings me back into my drive. Okay, so that's just a real quick overview of how to use Google Docs. And again, if you've never used this before and you're unfamiliar, then you might want to look online for a tutorial that will help you in a little bit more detail than what this did. And I'm going to go over here and get logged out. Okay. So again, you can either submit your documents via the assignment in Laulima by clicking on Add Attachment, or you can submit it via Google Docs. If you do submit it via Google Docs, you will have an option to send me an email to let me know that you have submitted a document. And so if you would select that, so that would be helpful so that I know that you have a document that you want me to take a look at. Okay, I think that's it. And so please let me know if you have any questions. Like I've said many times and have typed many times, this is a really fast-paced class and there's a lot of writing to do. And so I just really can't stress enough that you do not want to get behind in the class. And so really do your best to try to keep up. And don't get frustrated if you are feeling confused or you're not quite sure what you need to do. Just ask. Either post something in the chat room or send me an email and ask, and I'm happy to help you out or try to clarify something that that you're trying to work on. Okay, so good luck, and I look forward to seeing all of the documents that you guys are submitting for me. Okay, thank you.